news, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Good morning, radio audience. I am Mary Perkins-Williams. Thank you so much for you tuning in, and I'm happy to see you expanding. Today is a wonderful day. It's a little chilly outside, but those of you who are at home, snuggled in your bed, it's time to get up and get out of that bed, lift that head up, and thank God for being here today. This is Awesome Radio Network, and as you know, I'm looking forward to the wonderful things that Awesome is going to continue doing in the county of Pitt. Today, I do not have a guest, or if he comes in, I'll be happy because I want some statistics. But we had last week, and this is my month that I've designated as environmental history. Information that you can need to prepare for the environment, those things that you need to do to make yourself aware of what's going on. This is Awesome Radio, and you can hear us at 1570 on the AM dial and 107.5 on the FM dial. The call letters are WECU, and we have, such wonderful programming here at Awesome under the leadership of this minority leader. I want you to know that I'm such an excited thing, and I'm looking forward to taking on this new thing of I did distribute my accomplishments during the last voting period. This voting period ends in November, so you have to get ready. Make sure you are prepared. We have a new director of the election board. So everybody has different ideas and different opinion and everything, but the rules are somewhat the same unless changed by higher authorities. This is the Mary Perkins-Williams Show, and I like to tell you truthful things about your community. I like to share with you what you can do for yourself. These are praying times, and praying times happen all the time. So here's what we need to do. You can call your friends and tell them that the Mary Perkins-Williams Show is on, and that I'm going to give you some information as to what we'll be talking about for the rest of the month. Environment, those things. I did introduce you last week to the director of Pitt County Government Environmental. And you know what? And his name just walked right on away from me, and his name escaped me. And you know, sometimes you can't think of your grandchildren's name, so you know his name is gone. But I think he will be here the next time. And he's the director of the environment at Pitt County Government. He has a very, everybody that works for Pitt County Government are good people. Everyone, I'm going to say that in good English. Everyone who works for Pitt County Government are good. They are good people. All of them. All of you. Everyone is a good person. And we're learning some new things about how to function in this new environment we have. Awesome Radio is providing us a lot of media and a lot of things in Pitt County. Here's what I want you to know. You can call in on the radio show, 252-756-2008. Now, I try to talk so that when I'm giving out numbers and information for you to write down, I suggested that you keep a little pad next to you, your desk and your bed or whatever, in the kitchen, so that you can make little notes. And 252-756 for the fast writers, 2008 is the radio station to call in. And you can call in at any time today, because this is a new day, a new time, and a new environment. we have a lot of things going on. The environmental person is under the building. He is located at the building of the public health, which is government circle. We're going to get used to government circle. Government circle in Pitt County government, if you don't know and you're new, it is located north part in the northern part of Pitt County. Once you cross the Tar River heading north, everybody got those computers in their hand called telephone, heading north, that will tell you, put in Pitt County Health Department, and once you cross the Tar River, that's the north of the river, and you're in one of the best districts that Pitt County has, which is Pitt County Commissioner District 2, where yours truly leads in that district of having the quality of life improve in the Pitt County area. Did I do that right? Yes, I did, Mary Williams. I sure did. Now you see I'm losing it today. No, I'm not. I'm excited, and I have decided that rest is good for me. I work like a bee, and maybe a bee works, an ant works, and I can't think of anything that work faster or harder than bees and ants. Their whole job is to make something and do something. So look, I work like a bee and line up like an ant, because we got to get in a line for everything nowadays. Oh, don't know what to say except what we need to do as the most intelligent ant, as the most intelligent bee, and the most intelligent animal on this earth, and that's the human man, the human woman, or mankind as it relates. If you're new, welcome to Pitt County. We're so happy to have you decide to come and check us out and to make Pitt County your home. We may be looking a little funny. We are still getting infrastructure in. They are still digging holes. So whatever you do, make sure you leave home a little early, because you never know when something is going to change. Good morning. Pitt County and Greenville is the county seat of Pitt. Pitt County is one of the largest land masses east of I-95 for the state of North Carolina. I understand that the students are away. East Carolina University, aren't they at spring break? Because I don't see as much traffic right now. What are they doing? They parking in the paid parking lot? I don't know, but I can move around much easier right now. They're either before Easter or after Easter that they break, and seems to me that if they went on student break, they still breaking and having fun. If you didn't and you're back or on your way back, because this is Wednesday, Wednesday, April the 8th. That is what today is, and it's 10 a.m. is the Mary Perkins-Williams Show. That's what you're listening to, and I just happen to be a Pitt County Board of Commissioner member. That is how I like to say. Now, next week, we will have a guest, and his name is Keeter. He is the environmental health director for this county of Pitt. Environment, those things that do, those items or those wonders of the world that comes from the heaven of the earth. Rain, hurricanes, thunder, lightning, water. Man may think he makes more water, but he doesn't. Every time one of those space shuttles go in the air, we have rain. And this is no different from the early 60s that I recall. It used to rain, and my parents, who were 1903 and 1906 birth babies, they would say, well, they going in the air. We're going to have some rain. And my dad said, it must be kicking up something because it's always rain. I just wonder what they putting out. Now you know what they are putting out in the air. Those satellites that gives us all of this technology we have. And they must have put it in something, the water and the sun, environmental issues, and it must come down through all of that, because when the babies are born nowadays, they seem to know how to work the telephones. Yes, I like to enjoy myself when I'm on awesome radio. Now, here's what I want you to know. If you haven't done it, before Easter, I was talking about planning your garden. I did talk about it because I keep me a little cheat sheet of what I talk about so that I can remind you. Last of March, we talked about selecting, preparing your space that you're going to plant a garden or make a garden, and you're going to plan what you're going to put in it. You're going to plan where you're going to put it. And I suggest a sunny side of your yard. And when to plan was back in March and February. What does a garden do for you was one of the things I said. The garden always say to you that my budget can be better off, because you don't have to go to the garden to get vegetables. You don't have to go to the garden maybe to get vegetables, because you planted all the ones you like. Onions, cabbage, collards, bell pepper, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes and other beef tomatoes and all of that. And then you go out, and when you're buying all that and getting that ready, you need to get the spray, because the peach trees are in bloom in March. The peach trees were in bloom in March, usually April. But you need to spray them because they get worms in them when they bloom or something. And those peaches get worms in them easy. So this is not, you can plant fruit trees now, but you need to make sure you place them spaciously in your area and not in the middle of your garden, unless you have a raised garden. And a raised garden, you can move that from place to place from time to time, depending on what your raising is. Big pots where the gardeners use to plant trees in the wintertime, bigger pots, and then lesser pots that they use to put out smaller growth, and you can move those any time of the year. So I am a farmer's daughter. I love fresh vegetables. To me, the best vegetable is one that you grow, because you know exactly how you grew it. I put my plants in the dirt. God made dirt. I don't see any forming in the air. So I plant my plants in the dirt. I till it up. I get the grass out. And my fertilizer is organic, because I like fish fertilizer. And that, oh, gosh, I had so many okras last year. Guess what? That brain told me when I had got my plant, and I did get some seeds. And I think the community garden out on County Home Road may still have some seeds that you can get. She put them in a little sandwich bag, and she will give you some. But to me, I had too many okras, so my brain said, Now, don't be heavy on the okra. You can pull them up and thin them out. So make a short row of okra this time. And then as they grow, you can pull them up and space them and plant them on the other end of the row so you can get the space you want. Because I had okras coming out in the yang yang and the yong yong and everything. I had so many okras, I was sharing them with everyone. I heard and I saw okras in maroon. Well, maroon is a dark red. I've seen them because at this radio station, the owner had a small area that she had for a potted garden with her vegetables. She had cucumbers, squashes, I mispronounced that, squash, and she had okra, as well as a tomato or two. So if you want to save a little bit of money and you don't have a garden or you're renting a place where you cannot put your seeds in the Mother Earth hands, which is the soil, you can get a pot. You can get it. You can borrow it when you see the man planning out. Because I did stop on Hooker Road one day in my good car. After I got a good car that was upgraded, my son said, now, Mama, you don't have a car. You have an automobile. And that means that you're not going to treat that like a truck. That's what he told me now. He told me that. And I said, all right. When I passed by that man putting out those plants on Hooker Road and I saw them empty pots sitting out there, I just whipped right on in there and said, sir, are you going to throw these empty pots away? And he says, yes, ma'am. I said, do you mind if I get some? He, get them all, get them all, get them all. I want you to have them all. That way I want to pick them up and take them anyway. So guess what? I got as many as I could put in the car. And I hurried up and got home because my son was working at ECU. And I took them out and hid them. I hid them on the old farm I had. And I still got them packed up in there. And I have plants. I put big trees in the plants. If I get a plant or someone roots a plant. Oh, let me tell you this. Black walnut is a nut that you can grow. The girl that works with me in the office, I have an office that I do constituency services in, and that's 2197 Old River Road. I went by her house. It was before Easter. Went by her house. I'm telling the good part. And it's just 2 minutes before we come. I'm going to tell you the rest of this because I'm going to tell you. She grew, the good Lord grew it, her pile of black walnut into a tree. So if you own your own land, you need to be careful and when you put out the trees because your landlord needs to know what you're going to do. So this is 1 minute and 30 seconds to go before we go into our time for a calendar, what's happening in Pitt County. And I did bring my newspaper, took it out in the box, and jumped in the car and came and brought it over here so you know what is happening in Pitt County. Now get your newspaper, get your paper and pencil. There are some things going on that you would like to attend because the senior games are coming up. And I'm sure Alice King and Jennifer Congleton, Jennifer, I won't mess it up, will love to have you out there at Alice King Park and the like at the community center with senior games and participating and getting those bones relaxed. Thank you so much. Good morning. Welcome to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you come back in a few seconds to hear about what is going to go on in Pitt County and the calendar, as well as what you should be doing right now. You should be done had that toothbrush or done cleaned those artificial teeth and got them all ready to go in your mouth so you can be sitting down eating breakfast during this calendar time, and you can know what's going on and you can jot it to the right of that cup if you're right-handed, and to the left of that cup if you're left-handed. This is Awesome Radio. Awesome Radio, 1570 on the AM dial, 107.5.
It's Mother's Day Love Day for Awesome Radio at the McGregor Downs Health Center, Greenville. Thank you, everyone, for your givings to help make this community act of love possible. We will be hand delivering gift bags to each lady resident at McGregor Downs on Friday, May 8th. If you would like to join us, please let us know so we can add your name to the visitors list. Our number is 252-756-3137. And it's not too late for you to help sponsor gift bags. $10 will sponsor one bag. Let's come together to spread Jesus' joy to the lady residents at McGregor Downs Health Center. Reach us at 252-756-3137.
Healing Revival, April 9th through 11th at A Touch of God's Presence Ministries, 1300 Dickinson Avenue, with host and speaker Apostle Valeria McLeod. Lord, heal me, I'm broken. Thursday, April 9th and Friday, April 10th, 7 o'clock p.m. Saturday, April 11th, 11 o'clock a.m. Whatever healing you need, mind, body, soul, emotions, finances, relationships, God can do it. Healing Revival at A Touch of God's Presence Ministries, 1300 Dickinson Avenue, Greenville. Contact 252-427-2892 or 252-695-9007. Visit our website, atouchofgodspresence.org.
Oh, heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed.
Hello, my name is Daniel out of Greenville. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio, 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU.
Awesome radio, yeah, it's awesome, awesome, yeah, you feel it, awesome, awesome, awesome.
News, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Hello, it's me, Mary Perkins-Williams. Thank you so much. 1570 on the AM dial, 107.5 on the FM dial. Now, here are, guess what I did during break? I went in, I said, and I went in my pocketbook, and I took out my only $10 bill, and I said to the engineer, here's my $10 on the sponsor a bag for the seniors for Mother's Day at one of the establishments here in Pitt County. I ain't calling no name because I'll mess up stuff, try to stay neutral. I gave her my $10. And if you want to sponsor a bag, it's only $10 because everyone doesn't have the resources as you do. And some mothers doesn't have children. And some mothers have lost their children. And some mothers may just be lonesome. So I think this is a great idea. This radio show is sponsored on Mother's Day. Not that mothers, mothers did the hard work to keep the earth going, populated with life, the human life. Why? I don't know anybody who can have a baby other than a woman. Y'all see I'm feeling good because I have rested some. Easter, I didn't do anything. I cooked my meal that night before. And when I left church, I went to church, slept late because my pastor said, we're going to start at 2 p.m. I go to New Vision of Faith Church Ministries, and it has a group of young people that they call next in line. What are you next in line for? And to me, I said, wonder why he picked that, him and his wife. And I thought about it. After you're born, you are next in line for life. You are next in line for whatever you do. You are next in line for your family. You're the last one to come along. Some people can't have any more. And sometimes the good Lord take you out because he doesn't want you to be here. And that's when you have, and that's why some of these people want to tell you you're doing things to lose. All women can't have babies. Some women can. None of them shouldn't have babies the way that, depending on your religion. I'm not getting into that. I'm not into the thing of preaching, even though I may deliver a sermon every now and then. But here's what I want you to know. Sponsor a Next in Line, which is organized by the Awesome Radio Network crew. I said crew. I don't want to know who it is. I just gave my $10, and whatever's in the bag, I gave them my $10 so I can have one on. So if you are listening to us and you can afford it, and you know that you would like to support a female who may not have a child, or a female who is suffering or in the hospital or somewhere, sponsor a packet, a bag, a box or whatever she's going to put it in. It's going to be a container because you're going to get it out from where they fix it. Information, Next in Line. Here's what's coming up. Chad Festa is going on in Grifton, April the 17th through the 19th. The Shad Fest, S-H-A-D. Chad. For those of you who have never been here before and you're just visiting, Chad is the name of S-H-A-D is the name of a fish. It's a fish that has 1,000 bones in it. And I said 1,000 so you'll know there's a lot of bones. Consists of a lot of bones. And in order to eat it, most people fry it hard so that when you bite into the fish, you can bite the bones and everything. And that's a good source of minerals for you. The Shad Festival is going on in Grifton, North Carolina. Where is Grifton? Grifton is one of the 10 towns in Pitt County, and it is the southernmost part of Pitt County. If you look at Pitt County, if you ever see a map of Pitt County, everybody know it now because I found out that some people knew it and I thought I was keeping it a secret. Pitt County looks like an ice cream cone. It's not exactly an ice cream cone. Some of them are flat on the bottom. But Pitt County looks like an ice cream cone. The mouth of the cone is wider than anything else. The mouth of the cone is wider than anything else. But the head of the cone is the cream. That's where you put the ice cream. That's where the brains work. That's where the sweetness lies, that ice cream cone. And then some people like to cap it off with stuff, like a cherry, a strawberry, and a peanut, or a blueberry. Because blueberries coming in. So, and then you keep that ice cream mashed down in that cup to feed the rest of the body, and it just slowly slide down to Grifton, North Carolina. That's where the Shad Festival is. Okay, Healthy Habits are going on at Divine Anointing Church International, and that is located it's off of State Mill Road. Put it in, you put the church name in, that thing you have in your hand that you talk on all the time is called telephone. You put the name, Divine Anointing Church International is having a health and wellness ministry soon, April 18th. And we have a Shad Festival, April the 17th through the 19th in downtown Grifton, North Carolina. Put it in, your phone will show you how to get there. Those of you want to keep them bones limber, oh, Lord, it's going to be out soon because this time goes fast. April the 18th is a USA dance. And I do know that we are having poem and poetry writing is sponsored by the Human Relations Council of Pitt County. We have a Human Relations Council. And we will be collecting written literature, written creations, poems, whatever you like to say, and how to contact it. I left that flyer home. But anyway, I'm a part of that. I serve on the Pitt County Human Relations Council and will be an active part of that. Pickle Festival. Pickle, Pickle, those things that you eat, it comes from a cucumber, and we're having 2 minutes. Lord have mercy. Well, that's going to be going to 40th Annual Pickle Festival will be held from 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pitt County, April the 25th, downtown Mount Olive. Mount Olive, put it in, it'll tell you how to get there. Oh, gosh, what can I say to you? Senior citizen games are coming up. I don't see it in this information I have, but put in senior games, and I guarantee you something will pop up on it. That's a good thing. 1 minute and 24 seconds to know. If you have something, if you don't have something to attend, go to your telephone and go, what is going on in Pitt County? I'm sure that woman in the sky will pop something up for you, or the man in the sky if you have it, or AI. Lord, be careful about AI. We'll pop something up on your phone. We have 59 minutes to go, but don't stay at home. The weather is wonderful for digging in the ground. It's cool, and you can work up a sweat. So don't just lay around and let that brain go to waste. Don't lay around and let your bones rust. Keep them active. Exercise. Plant a garden. Do something wonderful for yourself. If you don't do anything but walk around and around and around. I know somebody that walk up and down their hallway at home for their exercise. I love to see you moving about. If you haven't moved about, think about Alice King Park. It's located at County Home Road. Find out about how you can be a part of that so that you can keep moving with your body. Something that's supposed to move and you never move it, gonna rust. That means it won't be able to rust. So do what you need to do. Here we go. See?
The 11th Annual Youth Incarceration Prevention Ministry event beginning 12 noon, Saturday, June 6th at St. John Missionary Baptist Church, Soul Saving Center in Stokes at 2921 Briary Swamp Road. Youth of all ages are invited to attend this totally free event. Come get motivated to not make jail time your destiny. Keynote speaker Sheriff Paula S. Dance, along with other guest speakers to include Judge Wendy S. Hazelton, Lieutenant Gary Howard, Jalen Staten, Minister Derek Clark, Mrs. Julie Bunn. There will be gift card giveaways, food trucks, global gaming truck, bouncy houses, and more. Contact Eddie, 252-341-7546. Evelyn, 252-253-9520. Brenda, 252-717-0097. The 11th Annual Youth Incarceration Prevention Ministry event, Saturday, June 6th, beginning 12 noon at St. John Missionary Baptist Church, Soul Saving Center in Stokes. Pastor Gregory V. Black.
Health Pro is a licensed home care organization and a trusted provider of in-home care services with skilled nursing and personal care services. When your elderly parents live alone, there are many things that can be done to make general housekeeping and personal care easier. We are located at 408 West Arlington Boulevard, Suite 101C, Greenville. At Health Pro, our services provide a relief for the aging and the disabled population who prefer to recover in the comfort of their homes. Our services expand beyond the normal, and we are currently serving 17 counties in eastern North Carolina. Veteran personal care services, companion care, sitter care, respite care, private pay home care, pediatric adolescent personal care services are just a few of the many services we offer. Health Pro, a local, trusted, leading provider of in-home care services. 252-364-8114. That's 252-364-8114.
Awesome Radio.
I am Miss Mary Cox. I'm Killer Pippin's mother from Awesome Radio.
Awesome radio. Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. Can you feel it? Awesome. Awesome.
News, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Good morning, welcome back. Awesome Radio, this is the last part of the show. We come on at 10 and we go off whenever the clock strikes closing time. Awesome Radio, 107.5 on the FM dial, 1570 on the AM dial. I'm Mary Perkins-Williams. I just happen to be a county commissioner, and I hope you enjoyed the promotion of some things to do. We need to move more so that we can stay active. We are living longer. So since we're living longer, just don't waste away. God gave you your bones, move them. Gave you your head, use them. And gave you things, the five senses, put them to work. Put them to the work for the good of love and mankind. That's my sermon for the day. Awesome Radio is talking about all the things that we're going to be doing. This is a new term for me that ends. It's in November, whatever the election day is. The first Tuesday in November is always election day in the United States. The first Tuesday is election day in the United States, and next first Tuesday, is it first Tuesday or second Tuesday in November is the election day, and it ends the election time, what they call the midterm election for the United States. So that's my enough for politics. I'm not about politics. I'm about people, life, and living. The first Tuesday, she looked it up. The first Tuesday is election day, and it ends this midterm election. You should not live on election, but you should have in mind, pay attention to who's going to be representing you in the various positions, who's going to represent you in the various positions. And if they don't have a heart, and they show you that they don't have a heart that produces positive things like love, kindness, and happiness, then you need to look at somebody else. So here's the way we go. We're not going to get into politics. We're talking about gardening and feeding your health and dealing with God gives to the man who's directing the environment, the environmental activities here in, so sometimes my tongue does get tired. The person who will continue coming visiting this show is Kent, K-E-N-T, Keeter, K-E-E-T-E-R. And he is the Pitt County Environmental Health Director. He was here last week, and I found out more about the environment than I have ever known that we have right here in Pitt County. So he should be talking about, and I'm going to give you a prelude for the things that he's going to be talking about other than drinking water. Because, you know, I talk about drinking water because I drink bottled water. I drink bottled water. Everybody have their own taste of bottled water. You can get all kinds of brands and that sort of thing, but bottled water, because, you know, I went to a program one time, and that program taught me something that frightened me, and I haven't drank anything but bottled water ever since. And when I go, I did that when I went to another town, because the PFAS is different in every state. So, and I want to make sure that I'm healthy. Now, what is he going to talk about when he comes back? When he comes back to us, he's going to talk about all those things that we intake that God places here on this earth for us, like vegetables and food, and what we do that make that these, how we prepare these foods, whether we fry it, cook it, or boil it, or throw it out the window, or throw it up and then catch it with a bowl, and it then becomes tossed salad. Go, man. I thought about that just now. But he would tell you what those symbols mean in the store, how they get them, how he go, because it comes out of the environmental, because we want everyone to remain healthy, and we want you to. Now, if you plant your garden, you don't have to worry about it, because you clean it, you buy the seed, you plant it, you watch it grow, you enjoy seeing it grow, and then you wash it, you pluck it, you what is it? Gather it, collect it, pick it, and whatever you do to get it from off the ground to where you can take it in the house and clean it, pick the weeds out that you don't want to weed, depending on what it is. If for cucumbers, you just wash it. And in the store, some people wash the cucumbers with a soapy oil so that you can get whatever chemicals on the outside that they do preserve it. But anyway, whatever you do, you wash the outside, clean it. Squash got a hard outside as well. So you wash that outside so you don't get whatever Mother Nature has floating around out there that your body say you don't want. And your body tell you that you don't need to have it. Everybody's body is different. So you prepare your food for your household. Now, he talks about those certifications. What else does he talk about? He talks about those things that you might wonder. Well, we get the water from the ground, and I know that you have to put a pipe down and draw water from the earth. And at certain distances, it's good for you, and at certain distances, it's not good for you. So he talks about the drinking water and the water table. He has more knowledge about environmental and the impact. Hey, that's good. What impacts human consumption, whether it's something you drink, whether it's something you eat, or whether it's something you put over your eyes. Because I know some people that cut cucumbers in little slices and put them over the eyes to keep them from being puffy. I learned that from somebody. I said, you do what? They said, I put cucumbers on my eyes and it helps with the puffiness. Well, I did it when I had all them cucumbers. Because when they were big, I don't want a big cucumber. I like my cucumbers petite. I like them small, and the sweetness and the velvet and the flavors are there. And when I do that, I wash it and get that little thorny stem off the back of that cucumber, and that way I eat the whole cucumber. I eat the whole cucumber. That's pure nourishment. The green, the white, and the seeds too, because when they grow, all of that is consumable. So, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I got cucumber seeds growing. Oh no, I set the bowl out. I was gonna start them early. Set the bowl out, had the dirt there, took them out of my little miniature greenhouse. The birds had a party. I looked and I just saw the shell of the seed. They had cleaned my cucumber out of the meat out of my cucumber seed. I tell you, and I just have seeds laying on top of the ground. I guess the smell of the cucumber that will probably grow, they smelled it and they just scratched and got it out. So I did get, when I went to one of the nurseries, I did get a little pot that had 6, them little things that in the ground. They had 6, and you shouldn't plant a cucumber with a single seed. It should be a multiple seed, 2 to 3 or 5. And then if one plant dies before it comes out good, you can separate it and plant it in another place. But when you plant cucumber seeds, you should plant more than one, because it takes another cucumber seed to germinate. Germinate is the process, what it does to make its own species grow. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's what's on every restaurant. And unfortunately, my children went to a class when they were young. Mama, this restaurant is certified. So and so what? What was that? I said, well, whoever told you to look at the restaurant and look for the certification, she should have told you what it was, because my mom and dad had never taught me that. They didn't teach me. They were born in 1903 and 1906. They didn't tell me about looking on the wall and see what the certification is for eating. And they were living then, and they were old, because I was a change of life baby, so I didn't know anything about all of that. And they didn't, so since I didn't learn it, I don't look on the side. They said, Mama, they got you. That's not a good grade. I said, well, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? And so that's how it is. So anyway, it's amazing how we change from what we do at certain ages. Because what my parents did, they didn't even have running water. They didn't have inside bathroom. Now, you think about it, 1903, because nowadays these teachers don't want you to have a history. Some of them they want to take the history books off of the shelves in the library, and they want to take certain history books off of the shelves in the library and certain materials away from you, so you don't know how you got here. Well, you didn't come out in the cabbage leaf. You came here for some other way, because as a child, some parents were telling the children that it came out in a cabbage leaf, or they went out there and got it out in the stump or something like that. So you understand, things change. And as things change, we must change for the better. Everything isn't good for you. We don't know how to talk to one another as a family nowadays sometimes. And we need to do some of that. I don't know how you do your household, but one thing that I learned early is that you don't take what's said in your household, my mother said, and out to the street. The community should not know everything that go in your household. And the children are a good way of telling everything that happened. Now, these walking recorders, some people call them kids. If you notice, I never call my children a kid, because when I came up, a kid, you looked it up, they didn't have but one definition. KID was a goat, and that's a young goat. So I didn't make a habit of calling my child. I'm getting off of my subject for today, but that's all right, because next time he's going to talk about the environment, and you're going to learn about food. I see I'm getting back on my thing. I know y'all want me to continue. I know somebody sitting out there was listening to that and started laughing. I know that 90 is out there. I know this is your birthday month. Anyway, food trucks, the grade system for restaurants, septic tanks, infrastructure, such as water, piping and gas and things like that. Certain things got to be a certain distance and stuff, because man made it, and he made it, so he better tell you how deep it needs to go so it won't come out in the ground the wrong way. So that's what the environment is. It deals in the study. Environment deals in the study of those things around you, regardless of those things around you. So this is what he is picking up. He should bring some statistics the next time. How many food trucks we have in Pitt County? How the grading system works. Is the grading system any different for the food truck than as it is for the restaurant? When you eat food outside, even though you buy it on the inside, and you take it outside and eat it, is it impacting the food that you took out there? Common sense got to give you some things for yourself. Now, if you don't use that head on the top of your shoulders, you are in trouble because you have a head for a reason. God didn't make you headless. I haven't seen anything headless. Even the other animals have heads of sorts. And so here's what we need to do. Think positive, be positive, respect, be responsible, and know how to embrace. Embrace is a technique of reaching over and cuddling something. You cuddle that baby when it's born. That baby gonna cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. And it'll cry and cry and cry and cry. But guess what? As soon as the mother or the father picks it up, it'll stop and look at you. So we have to learn to embrace, and that's what embracing. I always refer to children as children and not a kid. If he's a kid, he's going to act like a kid, always button, and going to be always doing all this negative stuff that you see done. Be careful about what you teach your children after they get here on this earth. If you teach them, and every parent should be a good teacher first, whatever your offspring is, regardless of what that offspring is, you should be kind to it. You should teach it positive things because it's going to pick up the other things that are away from your house by natural stance. In other words, based on what it sees, what the child hear, the child will look and see, and they will take on things from others. So you always give them your best. And then when they grow up and go to school, they will try to make you proud, hopefully. Now, that's what the environmental will come. And he will have some statistics when he comes back the next time so that you will know what to do. And we will be on it, man. PFAS, he'll give you a slight statement as to what PFAS is, because according to country, every state has PFAS, but the state of North Carolina has a very strong PFAS in its drinking water. Now, here we go. We learned some things. I'm being kind and polite, and I want to say to you, if you have not made a decision and you don't know what you can do, get up, go to something. The programs, if you're new in Pitt County, on Sundays, there are programs every Sunday once school is out or just before it starts, and it has an event, some talent, some art. They will be singing and dancing, and something will be on display down on the boardwalk. That's the place right off from First Street near the courthouse. That's where we have a lot of public entertainment and community centers. We have 1 minute to go, and I wanted you to know, if you are new here, I want to say welcome to you. This show is going on at 10 o'clock every Wednesday morning, and Awesome Radio runs 24/7, I believe, 24/7. And it is in Eastern North Carolina, right here for you, your entertainment, and for your knowledge and your enjoyment. That's Awesome Radio, WECU, or the call letters, 1570 on the AM dial, 107.5 on the FM dial. It is Awesome Radio Network. The network is nonprofit, and it also has access to the program called GPAC. Oh, don't forget GPAC. It's on the tube. That's the television, GPAC. So we're trying to be as positive as we can, doing the best we can for you to make your quality of life the greatest right here in Eastern North Carolina, east of Interstate 95. Be good to yourself. Be good to your neighbors. Pray. Look forward. Everybody have some way of wishing. You let something bad happen, you're going to call on God. You let something good happen, you're going to call on God. You let nothing happen, you're going to call on God. And whatever you call your God, make sure that you're calling them asking for something good. This is the Mary Perkins-Williams Show. I just happen to be a county commissioner, and I want to give you all the truth that I know and share with you the best that Pitt County government has to offer. The Pitt County government is at 1717 West 1515 West 5th Street. I see I got that all wrong. But anyway, thank you.
Awesome Radio.